2NURFM News for our sponsor, Cartier Jewellery. Always unique, always quality. Toronto Town Square.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Belinda De Lasheras with 2NURFM Hunter News. The state opposition claims there'll be cuts to vital services in the Hunter if the Bed government is re-elected next March. Labor is stepping up its attack on the government's plans to privatise the electricity network, which the Premier hopes will raise $20 billion to fund infrastructure. Opposition leader John Robertson says electricity privatisation will cost the region in the long run.
That's going to push power prices even higher, and it's also going to leave a hole in the budget of almost $1 billion. That's money that comes into the state every year from these assets and goes towards paying teachers and nurses. If those assets are sold, that $1 billion disappears, and that's going to lead to cuts to health and education in the Hunter.
Meanwhile, Maitland MP Robin Parker says the privatisation would mean big things for regional infrastructure.
A 49% partial lease, long-term lease of the poles and wires will reinvigorate infrastructure. We'll see a lot of that work in and around regional areas in New South Wales. It is a very exciting plan, a long-term vision for New South Wales, and certainly one I think people will be excited about.
Singleton Council has been forced to make changes to its housing and accommodation strategy on the back of an administration error. The term flexible activity worker accommodation has been identified as the cause of confusion, perceived to be a show of support for a mining village. Council is currently working to amend the strategy, with public comment being accepted up until the close of business on Christmas Eve. It's been revealed Newcastle Council's plans to revitalise the western end of Hunter Street, including the Hunter Street cycleway link, could face the axe as a result of the state government's moves to cut the heavy rail line. The speculation follows a recent New South Wales government report confirming the closure of Railway Street could lead to significant traffic build-up along Hunter Street. Greens Transport spokesperson Maureen Faruqi says the cycleway needs to be more interconnected.
Cities that have vibrant economies and vibrant communities have transport that is interconnected, cycleways, railway, trams. This plan actually has no indication that it will do that. Council had been planning on a cycleway on Hunt Street for some time, and government needs to come back to the table, talk to the community, and make sure that that plan is materialised.
The physical and emotional well-being of young girls across the Hunter is set to be brought into the spotlight following the launch of a new trial courtesy of the Hunter Medical Research Institute. The Daddy program will draw on the unique relationship shared by fathers and daughters as a way of improving fundamental movement skills such as kicking and throwing. Professor Phil Morgan says fathers will undertake a number of activities with their daughters.
The daughters will be doing a host of activities with their dads that promote basic sports skills, so looking at innovative and engaging ways to develop their throwing, catching, kicking, striking skills. As an example, lots of rough and tumble play.
Motorists and residents in New Lambton are tipped to be the big winners following a facelift to improve the look and safety of Bridges Road. Upgrades between St James Road and Sketchley Parade have seen the replacement of stormwater pipes, curb and guttering, as well as the reconstruction of multiple driveway accesses and footpaths. Humps at Longworth Avenue and William Street were also removed, while Bridges Road was resurfaced. Limbs for Life's Careers at Children and Youth program is set to become nationwide in May 2015, with the Hunter expected to be a key beneficiary. The age-specific program aims to provide access to valuable support services and information in an effort to empower children to better cope with their limb deficiencies. Limbs for Life Executive Officer Melissa Noonan says the program is enhanced by a vast online availability.
Australia is an incredibly vast country, and in order to bring our community together, what's available and what we can offer online now is really valuable. But it means that we can connect people, say, in Newcastle or in WA. The ability to be able to do that means that people can share information from a peer support model in a virtual capacity and support one another.
In finance, the All Ords is up 22 points at 52.82, and $1 is buying 84.02 US cents. Updating sport, the Newcastle Jets are looking to put an end to their horror run in the A-League after officially notching up the worst season start in club history with 4 draws and 4 losses in 8 rounds. It's the Jets' worst season start in club history. The boys will be hoping to atone for a whopping 4-1 hiding at the hands of Wellington in round 3 ahead of Saturday's rematch at Hunter Stadium. Jets midfielder Andrew Houle is tipped as the only change to the starting lineup on the back of his stellar performance off the bench in last weekend's clash with the Mariners. Competition is set to hit an all-time high in the Northern New South Wales NPL next season, with a rivalry round to open the action in 2015. Lake Macquarie clubs Edgeworth and Charlestown will face off in the season opener on April 10, while defending major premiers Lambton battle it out against reigning minor premiers the Jets Youth. And the Singleton Bulls are set to rejoin the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Premier competition after receiving conditional approval to return next season. 2 NURFM News Time is 2:05.